My name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to learn algebra. Today is our lesson number 123. Day number 123. We are in the process of doing word problems from day 101 through 200. Let's see what we have for today. Here's the question for today. It says, in T years time, Mike will be 60 years old. So there's some guy by the name of Mike, and we are told that in T years time Mike will be 60 years old. For example, if we had been told that in 10 years time he'll be 60 years old, then we could infer from that he must be 50 today. If we were told that in 3 years time he'll be 60 years old, then we would then it makes sense to say that he must be 57 today. Or if we are told that if he's in 40 years time he'll be 60 years old, then he must be 20 today. T is some number, it has some value, except we do not know what it is, which is what makes it algebra. Algebra is basically arithmetic in abstract concepts. In T years time he will be 60 years old. The question simply is, how old is he now? How old is he now? That's all. And you have to show your work and present the answer in the algebraic expression, because that's what it is. So let's pretend. That Mike is M years old today. We're just pretending it, okay? It's just, we're going to pretend that it's M years old, and based on that we're going to come up with some algebraic expression, and when we have that algebraic expression we're going to solve that expression for M, and that's going to be our answer, because M represents his current age, his present age. If that were true, then in T years time it should be whatever his current is, which is M years, and in T years time it should be M plus T years old. That makes sense, because M, we are using letter M. We have employed letter M to represent his age today, his current age, M, and therefore whatever his current age is plus T more years should be his age T years from now. In T years time he should be M plus T years old. But we are told that in T years time he is 60. We are told that in the problem. Therefore this amount, whatever that is, must equal 60. Therefore M plus T must equal 60. And now all we have to do is solve for M. That's all. Because M is our unknown. In a problem like this, it's always important to realize what is known and what is unknown. T is a known quantity. We are told that in T years time, even though I just told you we don't know what the value is, but it is given to us. It's T years, whatever that happens to be, whatever the hell it is, that's how many years from now he's going to be 60. Question is, how old is he now? How old is he now is what I usually refer to in my courses. How old is he now I usually refer to as your punchline. And your punchline is the unknown. This is the unknown quantity. This is known quantity. This is known, this is given. This is given. So we have to solve for M. How do we solve this equation for M? By subtracting T from both sides. So here we have positive T, here we have a negative T that drops out, and your M here equals 60 minus T. That's it, that's your answer. 60 minus T is our answer. Let's see if it makes any sense. What does M represent? M represents his current age. M represents his current age, and we are claiming that his current age equals, what does 60 represent? 60 represents his age t years from now. His age t years from now. I hope you can read this law. To make sure that you can read this law, I'm going to go in the back of the camera and take a quick look here, because if you cannot read it, then there's no point to it. Just give me a second. Yep, it's fine. So, his current age, which is M, equals his age 60 years from now. We told that in t years time he'll be 60 years old. So 60 is his age t years from now minus t years. Which makes perfect sense if you think about it. It makes perfect sense because, watch here what we're claiming. What we're claiming is that whatever his age is t years from now, if you were to take away that many years, t years, that should give us his current age, of course. If his age t years from now happens to be, well, that is 60 actually. His age t years from now is 60, and therefore 5 years from now, if he's 60 years old, let's say t is equal to 5. If we claim that 5 years from now he's 60, then if we were to take his age 5 years from now and subtract 5 years from it, it should give us his current age. That's all. I think I'm beating a dead horse now. It's very simple. Let's go on to the next one. I have a second problem. So let's do the next one. This is it. We're done with this one. Okay? Let's see what the next one we have. Here's the question. The question is, how old will Sam be in a year's time? In a year's time. And for those of you who do not understand this thing, what I'm doing here, this thing, that's the apostrophe. You need to have it, and it has to go after the S because it's plural. For example, you would not say, you would say Paul's, and you will say, if it's plural, you would say, I can't think of anything plural with the possessive pronoun, boys, there you go. Boys, books. Boys book with the apostrophe going after the S means that we have more than one boys, and these books belong to these boys, as opposed to boys book. Again, pronunciation is not going to change, but here the apostrophe comes before the S, and that would mean that these books, whatever the books we're talking about here, whatever books being referred here, these books belong to this particular boy. Do you understand? That's why this S goes after the S, because it's plural, years. In 10 years' time, without the apostrophe, it would not be proper grammar. How old will Sam be in 10 years' time if his present age is B years? I don't know why I had the urge to break into this sermon about the grammar, because that's not what we're here to do. We're here to learn algebra. But such is life. So it's a very simple, straightforward question. How old will Sam be in a year's time? How old will Sam be 5 years from now if he happens to be 10 years today? You see, when you put it in arithmetic, in the context of arithmetic, when you insert numbers in for the variable, it becomes a very simple problem, because that's what it is. It's an arithmetic problem. An arithmetic problem becomes algebraic problem when, instead of having some concrete numbers that we can grasp, that we can feel, that we can see, that we are used to in our daily lives, instead of concrete numbers, in algebra we have variables, unknowns. So if I ask you, how old will Sam be in 5 years' time, if he happens to be 10 years today, you will look at me and you will give me this dirty look and say, what the hell is the matter with you? Why are you asking me such a simple question? There will be no bloody point in asking this thing. It's too simple. Even first grader can answer the question. What converts the exact same problem from a first grade problem to an algebra problem is the fact that instead of numbers we have variables. But nothing has changed. The same logic applies here. Exact same logic will apply here, because that's what it is. Algebra is arithmetic with abstract quantities. For example, if his current age is B years, but you're told that was the question here. If his current age is B years, then in 5 years, he will be, well, whatever the B quantity is, whatever the quantity B is. Say for example, he's 20 years old today. If he's 20 years today, then in 5 years' time he should be 25. 20 plus 5 years old. In 10 years' time, he will be whatever his current age is today, which we are told that his present age is B years. So whatever his current age is today, plus 10 more. That's how old he is going to be 10 years from now, because it's B years today. In 30 years' time, whatever his current age is today, plus 30 is exactly how old he is going to be 30 years from now. I think you get the idea. Therefore, in A years' time, he should be, whatever this quantity is A, his current age plus A more. That's how old is he going to be, B plus A years. But of course, in algebra, there are certain conventions that we have to abide by. There are certain conventions, there are some certain customs, there are certain rules that we have to observe. And the convention and the custom in the algebra is that the variables, the unknowns, are always written, well, not always, but it's preferable that we write them in alphabetical order. Instead of saying B plus A, we would say A plus B years. There you go, there is your answer. The question was, how old is he going to be B years from now? How old is he going to be A years from now? If he happens to be B years today, then well, if it's B years today, then A years from now is going to be B plus whatever the quantity A is. There you go, B plus A years old. That's how old he's going to be A years from today. A plus B or B plus A, same thing. Like I said, we have to put it in alphabetical order. Otherwise, it looks weird. Otherwise, it looks strange, peculiar. We don't want that. That's it. We're done for today. That's all I have for today. I will see you tomorrow on day number 124. Alright?